All right. Morning, folks. It is a somewhat brisk January morning. Guess I'm gonna try to give an update. 2025 has actually been pretty productive. I figure I'm gonna start 26 off with trying to get my content back up and going. Show you kind of what I've been doing and trying to get preparation for that. Some of my videos, of course, you guys seen were at night, out here in the dark, laying on the ground. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work at all. No light. You got to drag tools out, put them back. You know, you're outside, dealing with weather, all that stuff. So I have bought a shop. They're going to be putting it up next week or so. I brought a dozer in and did a whole bunch of dirt work. So I'm going to flip the camera around here and kind of give an idea of what's going on. So I did all this dirt work here. I brought a dozer and an excavator in. I've done a lot of cleaning, some moving around of stuff. Built the pad here. We're doing a 40 by 48, 16-foot wall shop right here. Been trying to get everything ready. I like I said, I've took the dozer and the excavator, and I've done a whole lot of work. I've got 4 acres of what was wooded land down over the hill here. Cleared a lot of it out for cows to have more pasture, and maybe to hide some of the parts vehicles and whatnot. Great big pile of dirt. Hell, that's probably 12 or 14 foot high of dirt right there. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I've got some ideas going on. I'm gonna give you some of the ideas of some of the projects I've got going on. I've got some flip vehicles that I have bought to fix up and sell. No big deal. Everybody does that. Anybody trying to make a little extra change. Got a lot of stuff out here still yet to clean up. Work in progress. Most of you don't know, I had back surgery way back in the day. I had to shut my shop down so I could have the back surgery and recover and do all that stuff. And it just overwhelmed. The the amount of stuff that I brought out of the shop, and I tried to do small side work jobs here and there just to try to keep up, and it got overwhelming. So anyway, this is one of my flip cars, 150,000 miles, 160, something like that. It's got a cam phaser, a rattling in it. No big deal, I'll get that done. I got me a mill right here. It's a pretty old mill, but it's real good shape. I just bought this truck, probably 3 weeks ago. Already sold it. It's actually pretty good shape. The old boy wants to use it for a toy, These are becoming pretty popular. My road, this is future plans, but I got a road that's going to be coming down through here, so I've dug a ditch. I'll go through with my skid steer. I used the excavator to dig it, but I've got me a ditch dug down through there so I can get the water away from the house and keep it away from the shop and keep it washing the road out. So I'll take the excavator down through, or the skid steer down through here and move all the dirt, get all that stuff out of the way, clean it up. Anyway, once I get all that done, I can clean this up, and I've got cross fencing to go in for cattle. I got to pull the chassis out from underneath that. I've got a job for it. task for it to go, project for it to go to. That's one of those, what do they call them, P40, P50? I don't remember what it is. Anyway, it's pretty good heavy duty chassis. So I've got a couple more of the older 2-ton trucks. This is a parts car for my daily driver. I like these little HHRs. Parts car for it. The one next to it is going to get fixed up and sold. As far as projects, let me get over here and kind of give you an idea of projects. So I believe the engine is going to come out of this one. This is my 8.1 truck. I beat the snot out of this truck just working it to death. It's a great truck, still starts, runs, does all what it's supposed to do. It's just tore up. Accidents happen, things happen, whatever. So I think the engine's going to come out of this and go in that 97 over there. This one's going to be pretty close to the first one to go in the shop and get put together. I've got most of the parts for it. It's going to be kind of maybe my tow pig eventually. This one here is something I picked up from a local wrecker company buddy of mine. Laid over. I've got a square body cab that's going to go on it. Use it to haul my logs. I've got a small sawmill. I'll show you in a bit. But it's got an 8.3 manual transmission. Pretty good old truck. I actually still runs and drives. I've drove it around here quite a bit actually. So it ought to be a good truck to haul my logs on and pull big loads, you know, anything that my other trucks can't do. So most of my stuff I've been doing with my little half-ton truck, but I'm getting into these bigger trucks now, and people are really grabbing onto these bigger trucks, these old 2-ton trucks and stuff like that. They're just cheap. So that's a project. This frame, this is a Freightliner I bought last year now. I bought last year from a company that stopped being a salvage yard, and they had it in there. It's got a 12 valve in it. I think I'm going to take the cab from this one. I've already got a 5.9 in this one, but there's some things I don't like how it was coming out, so I stopped on it, and I come up with this frame. This is all juice brake. It's got the good size, the modern size wheel hubs and stuff on it, wheels and tires. So I think that truck's going to go on that. This here, I still need to shorten the frame up, throw the engine, transmission, transfer case in it. This, I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. This is kind of it's a pretty heavy duty truck. It's kind of a rare one as far as now, you know, things that are out modern now, or still around anyway. Twin screw, 2-speed axle, air brake. There's just not a lot of these around anymore. They all been scrapped and stuff. It's got a walking beam suspension under it. What else I got around here? I've got another flip there. My school bus, that's eventually going to go get the engine put in it. That'll end up being a camper. That's my homemade camper next to it. That's actually pretty awesome. The old camper in the back's getting sold. Most of this stuff is still going to go to the scrap. I've been hauling scrap out of here. We'll get a lot of this stuff took care of. This is mother-in-law's car. It's thrown a timing chain. Good old GM and their timing chains, but I mean, they're all having timing chain issues nowadays. So let me move around here a little bit and I'll show you the rest. So here's my log yard. Quite a bit of logs in here, not a huge amount, but quite a bit. A lot of these are going to get turned into timber for timber frame projects. I'm doing a timber frame home eventually. Kind of why I need a bigger truck to haul some logs with. Old square body dump truck, starts, runs, does its job. It's got some brake issues. Once the shop's built, it'll come in and get the brakes fixed on it again, and then I'll go home more rock in for the shop. This is stuff I cut out for my remodeling my house up there, kind of making it old school board and batten barn style setup. Woodland Mills HM 126, really great sawmill. I actually do a lot with it. Sometimes do customer orders, not a whole lot. I don't advertise or anything like that. Sometimes I cut slabs out, sell on marketplace, whatnot. Like I said, that's a pretty good pile of slabs there, and that's actually the second pile that size, so not too bad. My old crane truck still doing its thing. So again, a lot of this stuff is going to go away. The square body's my son's. The 49 is my other son's. Those need to be put together eventually. They're just toys. They're not their daily drivers or anything. They're just toys. The 49's was my stepdad's. I bought it from my mom when he died for my son. So it does run and drive. We've just borrowed parts from it to get other jobs done and out, and it just, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done to it. It needs brake work, mainly what it does. It needs brake work and just finished up as far as the installation of the LS and all that stuff in it. So it's got an LS 4-speed in it. Like I said, I've been hauling a lot of stuff out here. This pile right here, that pile was huge. That was an old dozer I cut up. So we'll drive down to the bottom and I'll show you what I've done down there. So this is my bottom 4 acres. This was fully wooded. I had cut some logs out of here, but it was still mostly fully wooded. So I've got her all cleaned up, and I mean, as clean as it's going to get. I'm not trying to make a, complete pasture out of it. I still want it to have some, some rustic look, or just however you want to say it. It's kind of silvopasture slash, still wooded. Deer still come through. I can still hunt it. When I had the dozer in, I cleaned out the lower pond down here. I know it's hard to see. Anyway, I cleaned out the lower pond down here, but we have not had much rain. And this thing, I mean, it gets spring fed most of the time when there's, decent amount of rain, but boy, it's low right now. Got some piles of trees around for, wildlife habitat. So when I had the dozer in here, I did me a flat spot. I did me a flat spot down here. This is a decent sized hill. I mean, of course, camera's never going to do it any justice, but I leveled this all out. Got me a flat spot down here, and I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I may end up eventually building like a little off-grid, cabin for me to camp out or hunt out of, and then, just kind of hang out in whenever I got downtime, whenever that becomes a thing. I don't know how that works, but we are basically sitting level, and that's the hillside, so it's pretty steep. See if I can get off this, not tear the truck up. I had always wanted to do this down in here. Like I said, get just a little more pasture and still have woods left for the critters to come through for hunting season. the camera does this no justice. Really like this area down in here. That's why I wanted to clean it up. A person can come down here and spend some good time. Used to not be able to drive through here like this. So I built another small pond. Now it's 10 acres. Now I've got 4 ponds on it. So I've got plans to divide this into 3 sections eventually, put a house on each section. All 3 sections have a pond, at least 1 pond. So there's that. No idea what I'm gonna do with that old boat. Always wanted to put that boat together and make her run, and maybe go up in to the Missouri River up there in Iowa to there's a dam up there, put it in there and float all the way down to the Gulf. But sometimes those are pipe dreams. Life's too busy. Probably get cut up, turned upside down for storage or something. Old boat I crunched up that'll get stuffed in the dumpster every so often. I wanted to keep the outdrive and the motor off of it, so I cut it all off with the excavator. I had a burn pile over here, so it's all down in there now. So now I can take the skid steer and clean all this mess up. Frame table. This is an old car hauler that I had bought years and years ago when I was having back issues. I bought it, hauled it over here, and cut it up whenever I could get to it, whenever I felt like it. Sold parts off of it. There's the frame to it. I've actually got the frame going underneath actually that Western Star that's behind us. Yeah, that Western Star back there, it's got a bad frame on it, so it's going to go on this chassis whenever the owner gets ready to do it. This pond was already here, and this is another pond that's what I call lot 3. I actually dug a smaller pond there years ago with a skid steer, and I just took the dozer to it, made it bigger and deeper, so cows have plenty of water on here. And that old tree had fallen into it. That's what kind of started that, so I had to cut it out of that. It's going to get cut up for firewood by a buddy of mine. I know a lot of you know what pack ratting is, and I'm no different. I just pack rat all kinds of stuff. Kind of give you the backstory on this jet ski here. This jet ski right here, this green one. Some cousins of mine gave it to me, and that was back in, oh, it was probably a couple years before Hurricane Harvey. When Hurricane Harvey come through, me and my son took that jet ski and a John boat down to Vidor, Texas area, and we were doing animal rescue with it. Cats, dogs, goats, sheep. We were rescuing about everything you could get your hands on, getting them out of the flood waters, and we basically run the wear ring in it. They've got this type, not all of them have them. I know they probably do now, but back then they didn't. But this one's got a wear ring in the back where the prop is, and when that wears out, you can just change it out and be able to get thrust again. It's got basically no thrust now. And we had hit a bridge. See, the front end's crashed up. We had hit a bridge with it, trying to cross a bridge on a flooded road, and it was too shallow, and it actually shoved us into the guardrail, crashed us. Neither one of us got hurt, but it was quite the deal. So anyway, I need to pull it apart and put its engine in one of these other chassis, get it back on the water. This S10 Blazer, buddy of mine gave it to my son, and he traded it to my daughter for square body, and then the transmission went out of it, so we need to put a tranny in it and get to driving it again. Like I said, you guys know what pack ratting's like. It just is what it is. Sometimes you need parts off of stuff. And with me having a bad back and all that stuff, I needed to be able to make money off whatever I could, so I sold parts and stuff. But yeah, this is going to be one of my toys whenever I get everything else done. But this trailer's storage. That trailer over there that you seen earlier is probably going to get stripped out and become my sawmill shed. I'm going to level it out, strip all the walls out of the inside of it, strip all that nasty sheeting off the outside, and sheet it with just oak cutoffs and stuff, and that'll be my sawmill shed. So anyway, I got to get to putting the tow bar on this old 2-ton truck up here and get it delivered to the guy that bought it, so I can get paid. So again, I'm going to try to make 2026 a better year for my content, try to get everything going again. It was just impossible to do. I have a full-time job still yet. I actually like where I work. I work at a Mack truck Volvo dealership and anyway, I like working there. Not really trying to go out on my own here. I'm just doing mostly my stuff and some buddy stuff, and do the content thing. So I'm gonna try to make 2026 a good year for doing content, getting some cool stuff going, and we'll see what happens. Everybody have a good year this year. Try to get things going. This year, or this last year, 25, I have really put the hammer down and started doing a lot of stuff, getting this place cleaned up. It's better than it was. I know that's hard to believe, but it is actually a lot better than it was. So I'm getting there. I just full-time job, work to do, personal stuff to do. So we're working on it. We're gonna get her cleaned up and situated and organized and start getting some stuff done. So guys, I hope I can draw some folks in and kind of inspire some folks. I've had actually had a neck surgery. I have fusion in my neck now in 3 places, and I have fusion in my back in 3 places. So a year ago I had neck surgery, so all healed up and recovered from that. I still got issues, but it is what it is. I'm not getting younger. So guys, thanks. Keep tuning back. We'll try to get this thing going.